All right. Algedon's October with the check-in here on Hip Hop United. What we doing? Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the presence of sonic greatness. It's an honor and a blessing to sit across from a cultural maestro that's been curating timeless vibes for decades. Super excited to chop it up with this charismatic showman that has used a holistic approach to help him transcend beyond music and to give the world a chance to hear him say, "It's a Jazzy Fizzle, product shizzle." Oh boy, we got Jazzy Fizzle in the place. What's happening, boys?
Now that's an intro. That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, it's yours truly, Jazzy Fizzle, a.k.a. Finzel Burgundy, Obama Luther King Jr., Jackson 5 the First, right here, baby.
That's what's up. Oh boy. Well, listen, man, we are happy to have you in the building. We're going to keep all this good energy going right now. First and foremost, how you feeling? How you doing, bro?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling blessed. I woke up this morning and clothed in my right mind, had one foot in front of the other, and I'm making moves. I'm taking one step and letting God take the rest.
That's what I'm talking about, man. You can't get no better than that right now. Well, let's start from the beginning, man. I want to talk about a pivotal moment that I heard you talk about that kind of helps you get influenced in terms of music and going down that path. You had an opportunity to see the Jackson 5 Triumph Tour, which we're talking about an amazing, incredible tour right there. Yeah. You saw and met Michael Jackson.
Yes.
How incredible was that moment? And tell me how that kind of puts you on the path to doing music.
Man, listen. Well, I was destined to do music before that, but I mean that was just one of the highlights of my life. Being backstage with Michael Jackson. First of all, I didn't know I was actually going back there to meet him. I thought we were just going, because I grew up backstage, so I'm not even thinking like I'm going to get a chance to see him. I feel like maybe I'll see him from a distance and he'll walk by. But it's like, we back here in the dressing room, like right there, like, with his robe on, he ready to unleash the beast, pause. but he ready to go up on stage and go crazy, you know what I'm saying? And, they were bringing in all his armor, and he had, because they wore armor on that tour.
I remember.
And so there were people like bringing in different armor. He was choosing which one he was going to wear that night. You know what I'm saying? So, just being in that kind of presence. And I told somebody that, the next day, like my dad got us tour jackets and got us backstage passes, the big laminate with the glorified laminate. Because there's one that you wear backstage, and there's one that's really big, and it's got all the Jacksons on it. It's like kind of like
all access,
a bling to it. And I wore it to school.
Of course you did.
But they made me tuck it in my shirt and made me turn my jacket inside out because I was causing that much of a ruckus at school.
Man, that is an amazing.
Can you imagine?
Oh no, I would have stunned
you
too.
immediately become the most popular dude in school.
Period.
That day, you know what I'm saying? If you weren't already.
Yeah, period. Oh yeah, especially the time period when Michael and all them were out. He was hot, so you probably got mobbed in that coat and the laminate.
That was before Mike's solo project though. I think he had one before that. Did he have one? What was his? Which one was his first one? It wasn't Off the Wall, was it? Was Off the Wall his first one?
Off the Wall. I think was in terms of like as he got when he started working with Quincy Jones.
And
started becoming Michael.
It was before Off the Wall.
Okay,
yeah,
so it was before Off the Wall. Yeah. Okay, well you've got a real rich musical legacy. Anyway, tell me about your parents and how they kind of shaped your whole sound.
Man, growing up, just like I say, being in the studio, being behind the scenes with my dad, playing, with the Barcades and just having these other comrades that he would be with, when I'd be in Memphis, he would be in there with, Confunction, being in there with the Temptations or even with Eddie Levert, who's one of his best friends to this date. Those guys, and being around Larry Blackman and, who was a rival. But they were like, they buddies, but then, when it's time to go on tour, they rivals.
Understand?
It was the weirdest day, the strangest thing.
You're going to break the red cup out on you.
They ain't breaking it out on me.
what about the Rick James story?
We gonna say that. We gonna save that. I kind of put the Rick James story away because Ty James. She told me to hold on to it.
Oh, okay.
She told me to hold on to it because we got some things we got some Rick James things in the plans.
Okay. Well, tell me about the studio vibes. Like, what is it to be in the studio with Jazzy Faye? Like, tell me what it looks like for you to kind of get in that creative space. Like, do you build tracks to kind of match the sauce of whoever you're working with, or do you kind of cook from scratch?
I do both. Sometimes I'll get like if I don't already know the artist or have never worked with the artist, I get a prequel of what they sound like. I'm getting the socials and I'm finding out what they're talking about. Currently, or even their best moments. Their key. You know what I'm saying? If they're singing, I want to know what key they sing in, what key they sound the best in. Because some people might sing mid tempos and then they sing an up tempo and they just sound amazing.
Yeah.
And then you sing a mid tempo, you might sound, like, But for the most part, people are looking for me to give what I give. So I bring a brightness. I bring a brightness. It's very rare that somebody calls me to do a sad song. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm going to bring something that's going to light up the room. So I'm looking for, even if that artist, I'm just looking for that spot where it's kind of like put some paint where it ain't.
Got you.
I get in there and I put the paint where it ain't. Where I give you what you're missing. I don't give you what you want. I give you what you need.
Nice. Now you've got like so many classic records in your catalog, and each song is unique and very distinctive. How are you able to continue to make hits without having all your music sound alike?
Man, you know what? I think it's being cultured. You know what I'm saying? It's being cultured. I listen to everything from Coltrane to the Winans to Commission to Stevie Wonder to Too Short to Earth, Wind and Fire, the Barcades, of course. Javon DeWanna, the Trap Stars, Andre Crouch. I listen to everything.
Yeah, we call him the jukebox.
Yeah, they call me the jukebox. You know what I'm saying? AC/DC. I think a lot of that comes from going to so many different schools. I live with my mom, and she was a background singer for a lot of big people, and so she, moved around a lot. So I went to like 13 different schools. So I'm not your regular kid. I went to schools where I was the only black kid in the whole school.
Gotcha.
A couple of times, and so being there, I've always made friends. I don't know a stranger. You know what I'm saying? So when we hang out, it's like, hey, bro, you want to go? You want to go and listen to my dad's collection? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Say yeah. So we going sitting around listening to the Queen, AC/DC, the Doors, the Beatles. Hey, bro, have you ever heard this song, Eleanor Rigby? It's about so Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band. It's like stuff that people like. It start getting nerdy after a while if you don't really know music. You know what I mean?
Very eclectic.
I get real nerdy with the music.
No, that means you're a student of the game.
Oh yeah.
And let's talk about that pivot that you're kind of doing right now. You got a single out, Won't He Do It?
Oh boy,
definitely
Won't
more
He
in a
Do It?
gospel
yes, on the
bag.
Altar Call Snoop Dogg album. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Snoop Dogg, Death Row Records.
Hey, man, shout out to Snoop. And the song's got great energy and a great
Absolutely.
message, and you're doing your thing. Tell me kind of what inspired this praise anthem, and are you any kind of transitioning more to doing that type of music?
What? No, I mean, that was just it was a moment. You know what I mean? It was a moment, and I've been doing that kind of music, of course, with Javon DeWanna and Trap Stars. But that's just me. You know what I mean? That's just part of me. If you go on my page, you see that I praise God every day. I was praising him this morning. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So, because, like my brother Javon says, waking up is a blessing, but I mean, what did he say? Sight is a blessing, but vision is a gift.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving him the
There you
vision.
go.
I'm giving him the vision. You know what I'm saying? And people have to know that there's someone beyond ourselves that's, getting us up in the morning. And there's somebody who is interceding for us in our absence as well. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So people feel like they don't have anybody, man, but God is always for you. And if God could be for you, who could be against you? You know what I'm saying? So it was just a real song just to let people know, you know what I mean, that, Jazzy Fizzle, I know where I get it from. You know what I'm saying? When I say 100 million records later, somebody must love it. You know what I mean? I had to put God first. Won't he do it? You know what I mean? Because I'm just giving him the praise. That's all I'm doing.
I love it. I love it. And I heard that you've also been evolving in other ways as an artist and producer. Tell me
Yeah.
about some of the DJ work you're doing and the
Yeah.
other creative spaces you're looking to kind of occupy.
Once again, my brother Javon, just pushing me to go and do different things. He's like, man, you gonna DJ, you finna, you know what I mean? So, I've been out there DJing, and so on my DJ set, we kind of figured out how to go out there and instead of just just spinning records, I come out from back there and come out and perform some of them joints and give them
That's a treat.
Yeah, double entendre of a performance.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, so it's kind of it's exciting, man. It's exciting. DJ Jazze Fizzle is a vibe.
Always on vinyl and outside of vinyl as well, man.
Yes,
now,
sir.
Of course, my buddy over there, Rebecca, who put all this together for us right now.
Hey,
saw,
Becky!
saw
What
y'all
up,
were
Rebecca?
hanging out at the 30th anniversary over there at Patchwork Studios.
Absolutely,
Saw
man.
you
Shout
were
out to
getting
Curtis
all-
over there at Patchwork Records.
Man, you were getting all the
Patchwork
flowers
Studios,
out
my
there,
bad.
man. Tell me about that experience, man, and just being surrounded by all of your musical excellence as well as other people around.
Yeah, I mean, it was just really like a family reunion for real. I mean, break out the barbecue ribs in the 40s. You know what I'm saying? but yeah, with being around with the Young Bloods and Pastor Troy and Rocco and all those guys, that was an honor. That was an honor. And just reflecting, you know what I mean? Because it was a thing where you go and they put the needle to the actual wax, the record, and you reflect and you kind of talk about what you were thinking about when you made those records, and that was just a dope event, you know what I mean? And the feeling was just amazing in the room. And it was just great to just get up there and kind of show off your blessings, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And share, you know what I mean?
And the cool thing about Jazze, he's always sharing because everybody played their records, but he took the initiative to get on the phone and call Sierra as soon as he sat down.
Yeah.
And at the right time, as soon as the record come on, she calls and FaceTime
She called me back. She
Right
called
there.
me back, and her and Russell was in the truck going to date night. And that was so dope. That was so dope.
man.
Shout out to Cece.
That was meant to
Absolutely.
be. That was meant to
We
be.
got something coming too.
And Peter Pablo.
Oh yeah, Peter Pablo called too. Yeah, shout out to Peter.
Okay, hold on. We ain't gonna just speed past that statement you just made. So you said that there's some heat coming between you and Sierra?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. Did I say that?
Did I?
I don't know.
Did I think I did.
I gotta keep you honest.
Shout out to Cece. Shout out to Lotto.
All right,
Yeah.
let's talk about some things you can talk about right now. Like, if you could, tell me some things that maybe the general public may not know that you're responsible for, man.
Ooh.
What?
We got a couple.
Like productions?
Productions, things
Anything.
you've done in your life, anything that you find noteworthy.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so a lot of times you're in this music industry, and a lot of people don't know where you came from and what you've done because you might not get the credit all the time. But there's things that you have been responsible for through God, and at the time you didn't really know who you were. At the time I was a choreographer, so when I was bringing gifts, I didn't know. I heard you say, family, team, and love, but we really didn't go to the bank together. But I'll just give you one that I found that, went to another level. I started off, I found Blue Cantrell. That was the first one. Then I came back, and I was responsible for finding the dream and taking him to the tricky and doing everything that you can see that he did and profess it. When you walked outside, he was sitting outside in the LeBaron, pretty much like crying, like, man, I don't know what to do. I said, I know what to do. And he walked in there with Tricky, and I was like, yeah. And Tricky was like, no. And I took him to the next door to his brother Laney to give him the opportunity. I was like, man, I don't care what he said. I'm telling you, he's a beast. All we got to do is do this right here and put the right things around him with his thing. Then I came back, and I got my sister Esther Dean. And I'm like, hey, Esther Dean, let's go. Let's go over here. Then me and Rico Love sitting inside. He was like coming over with the Corner Boys writing my raps when I was on Def Jam, writing with me. But he started becoming he was a rapper, was signed to Usher. Yeah. He was like, man, I got this song, man, but I don't know what to do because the hook. And he was sitting in the car, and next thing you know, I was like, it's called Throwback on Usher. He wrote it. You know what I mean? You know that record? And so JQ walks out the building. I said, that's what you're missing. You need a hook right there. JQ, come here. And I always been a conduit of a connection. And sometimes inside of what I got now called the 3 C's, connections, collaborations, checks. If you connect with the right people and you collaborate with the right people, you'll get checks. But if you connect with the wrong people and collaborate with the wrong people, you won't get checks or no credit. So they're all in C's. But it's okay because God has something planned bigger and better. So I'm cool that I was a conduit for the person to get to the next level. And then what happens is he just come back and do it again. And he done, think about it, he done, ladies and gentlemen, old boy, so many people. But I want him to tell you one that he, ladies and gentlemen, old boy that you probably don't even know. And I know who it is.
Who's that?
Peace Up, 8 Town Down.
Oh, Jazze. Oh, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, Jazze was signed to Showing Up first.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
Before he got to Def Jam?
Yeah. So if you go back and you look at the Goodies video, My Goodies, when I'm sitting in the car, Jazze's on my passenger side. Mm-hmm. He's sitting there. That was before Trapper died. Now, when you go back, like I was the one to take him to L.A. Reid. I took him to L.A. Reid. And, yeah.
Mm-hmm. History right there.
Pretty much.
I remember this record that you played at the Tricky Studio, shout out to Red Zone, that you came in and you played, and you sent it to L.A. Reid. And it became one of the biggest records ever that y'all probably don't know either.
See, man, I be trying to save some of them stories, man.
You want me to say it? I ain't gonna
Nah,
say it.
I ain't gonna say it.
I ain't gonna say it.
That's a big one, dog.
That's a huge one.
It's all good. I be holding on to stuff.
I know
agree.
you've
That's a
done
huge
so
one.
much, man.
Yeah.
We got to know, man. We
Yeah.
need to know. We want to give you proper credit. I told you we all about giving those flowers. making
It's all
sure
good. You know, some of the credit, man, you just got to get, you just got to put it in the right place. You know what I'm saying?
Totally understand.
It's all good.
How do you feel about? No, go ahead.
We talking about 170 million sold. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot to go through. We can file through that stuff.
It is. It is. How do you feel about the current state of R&B?
I think the R&B is on its way back. Actually, it is back for those who really want to give it,
it's alive and
to
well
listen.
over here. Yeah.
And not just because R&B artists are doing it, because a lot of the rappers are keeping the R&B alive, and I don't know if they know it, but they're putting a lot of these guys back on tour. You know what I'm saying? And these guys are on the road. I see these guys out here all the time. I'm out here with Drew Hill. I'm out here doing stuff with what was that? Escape, Sammy, 702.
Jagged
you know,
Edge.
everybody. They all on the road. They on the road.
Heavy.
You know, so everybody's got to have an R&B night now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Sometimes in a week. So I think R&B is definitely in a good place. And, music is the, melody is God's voice. So you can't stop singing. Well, how are we going to stop singing?
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think the new R&B is, prevalent? Or do you think it's the old R&B that's coming back to be prevalent? Because what you just named was all older R&B artists.
Yeah.
What are new at? Who is it that's prevalent that we see on the road that's going right now?
Oh, I mean, some of my favorites. I love Lucky Day. I love her,
me too.
of course. Hell, of course, you got your Estes. I think she's got some new stuff out.
Who?
There's a ton of great R&B artists out there right now. Not as many groups. I haven't seen as many groups as we've seen in the past, but a lot of solo artists out there are strong with that. So R&B is definitely alive and well. In addition to the legacy artists that you named out.
Right. Yeah. Groups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would like to see more groups though. More,
Right.
Boys the Mini type thing.
Yeah, the
Harmonize, the
Jodeci. New Edition.
Go take it back. UNLV, people like that.
yeah.
Everybody say UNLV.
I took it back on you.
Wow.
That boy back there was Shy and Troop.
Hey, I remember Shy and Troop. Love Troop. Love
Me
Troop.
too.
Whatever. In fact,
H-Town.
And another R&B artist is great. Soloist Kevin Ross. He is amazing.
I like Kevin.
Out there in them streets doing his thing or
Yeah, I
whatever.
like Kevin.
Since we
Shout
on
out to
music
Kevin
though,
Ross. Yeah,
we got
shout
a
out to
producer, one of the greats, incredible producer Timbaland. He
Timbaland.
he recently received some backlash for
Right.
encouraging artists to embrace some AI-driven compositions. And how do you feel about how AI should be used within the creative space, especially specifically for music?
I feel like it can be misconstrued because I don't know what his intentions really are, for it. And I understand the backlash as well. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that AI is contributing to people's jobs being taken away. Because you going up to, places like Atlantic and they done laid off hundreds of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm asking about this person, that person, and they not here no more. And I'm talking about good folks now, that know what they're doing. So it's like, when you're talking about AI, it's like a supplement You know what I'm saying? It's a substitute. It's like, you know, when you see a car going down the street with nobody driving it, that's somebody's job being taken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now think about 10 million cars going down the street with nobody in them. Now, how you feel? So
When you
Timberland got
can't
to
drive.
think about the future. He's got to think about the future. Now, this is where it gets weird. Like, so if you are not part of the future, do you survive? Or do you die?
And to add to that,
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
AI, that's a great point, Jazz. I think AI is like Allen Iverson.
Ha!
thought-
Yeah, I
thought
like
y'all
that. I
liked
like that. Where you going with that? Where you going with
So
that?
AI is just like Allen Iverson, right?
Right.
What I mean, he got all the tricks. He quick, he fast, he can dunk, he can score, right? But he didn't win the championship. And the only way you didn't get to the championship is because you didn't have the right mindset with the team and the composers around. So you got to use AI as your tricks, your highlights, but you still got to go compose. You still got to go work. You still got to go take that creation that AI gave you and then still go do some work. I think what they're doing is becoming lazy. And I love AI. But you remember he said, practice for what? And you see he came back and said, no, and that's my brother. I love him. But my point is that's how it is in the studio with AI. Practice for what? We ain't going to do this, man. We're just going to take the vocals and go. We're just going to go over here and go. And then now you're missing what I call personality, emotions, and feelings. Soul, good job. Yeah, we missing that.
Soul.
You can't do that. So let AI help you. Don't let AI create you.
We're going to just leave that there.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
It's a tool. You put it in your toolbox and you use it when you need it. You know what I mean? Use it to enhance. You know what I mean? But not to just solely be, you know, stand on that. I think, you know. Yeah.
Because I don't know if I want to get in the car with no driver yet. I ain't got that far.
Yeah, I haven't quite gone the Waymo route yet.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
you know, I got the Cadillac. It drives itself.
But you in it.
But I still take the wheel sometimes
Oh, yeah.
because it'll make some poor decisions. Now my Cadillac will make some poor decisions, and you had to kind of touch the wheel. Like, nah, I don't want you to go that way. There's a diesel rig coming like right over here, and he's moving fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why you doing that? Now you're gonna have to move back this way.
Poor decision.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Similar to AI.
Yeah, because I'm like,
use it as a
why
tool.
are you doing this? Our lane right here was clear, and why would you go over there? What was the reason for that? Why did you do that? You know what I'm saying? But I can't ask the Cadillac that.
Right.
I just got to correct it. Now, what if I'm sitting in the back seat and I see the same thing? Now you got my nerves going bad. We might be okay, but what if we're not? You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
That's good. So for emerging producers that are looking to make their mark in the game, what do you think is the best way for them to be recognized, especially in this era? And how important is it for them to have the ability to pivot?
There you go.
Branding is so important. I mean, I learned that, you know, that you know, I think I got a few years down the line before I realized what I was really doing, that I was really preparing myself for the future, you know, with that branding that I was doing.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing it just having fun, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize that I was really a walking billboard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with all of those things being said, I was able to pivot by going to now I'm making glasses. Now I'm doing a fashion deal now. Because all of the things that I do every day, now I can make commerce. You know what I'm saying? Right. And feed my family with those things. We can do real estate. You can create pretty much anything when you got a name. Because I went to a Boys and Girls Club and I said, and I asked them, because, you know, they're younger, so I asked them, what do y'all think that I do? And they raised their hands, and everybody almost said something different, but they were all right. So that's crazy. They said, you get on videos, and you say, and you talk, and you get on people's songs. True. You write music for artists. Yeah. You develop artists. Yeah. You find artists. Yes. You sing songs. Yep. You rap. Yep. You say, ladies and gentlemen. Yep.
I'm
You
so
feel
glad.
me?
I'm so glad you said pivot because they're always telling you to be a one-trick pony. for everybody that, don't have enough tricks.
Yeah.
But when you're the magician, why would I just have one trick? So now we're talking about being an octopus in your life. The octopus is important. 8 brains, 9 tentacles. That's what you're talking about. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. But my base still the same, bro. I'm still a super producer, Jazze Faye, whoever you are. But I can do this in TV and everything at the same time. And you can't affect my base. You can only affect my tentacle. So when the tentacle don't work, I just pull one tentacle back and go to the next one. But you got to pivot, because if you don't pivot, the world is pivoting every day. You're just going to be in traffic if you don't do what? Find a detour.
Right on, right on. Kind of wrapping us up here. We've had a good time. It's been some great questions, great answer, great dialogue. How do you feel about the streaming era and how it's impacted music and the overall creative process?
Ooh-wee.
Streaming is interesting.
Yeah, less than a penny interesting.
Yeah, it's I think it's robbery. It's robbery. It's who moved the cheese. They moved the cheese. Mm-hmm. They moved the cheese, and now the veil is being lifted, and now you see how quickly they try to say, okay, now we want to make it a penny a stream, because you should have been did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You should have been done it.
I just don't understand, how can somebody, maybe you can help me out, how can somebody come in with your craft and everything you do and set the price without no negotiation and make you less than a penny? Let's put that on a plate. Less than a penny? Yeah. Come on, bro.
When you're already taking a lion's share of the money anyway. So
Snoop Dogg said, I got 1 billion streams, bro. And they said, I barely made $45,000 off 1 billion streams.
That's insane.
So we do 1 billion streams with this group Ayo and Teo, right? With I Just Wanna Roll It with a dab of ranch. That was my group. We did 1 billion streams. We actually ended up doing 3 billion streams. But the first time it did 1 billion streams, they sent us a check for, I think, $38,000, I think, something like that. I don't know what it was. You know what I mean? But imagine splitting that up 4 ways, 5 ways.
Might as well went and got a job.
Right. You might as well go get a sandwich and, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Jazze. You got to say that again. What happened there? I got to have this. This is amazing. For all
We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll go back to it.
You got to tell me that again.
I know, but,
No, we're good. I want him on it. I'm posting this. It's important because everybody out there in the streaming world right now may need to know what you just said.
Yeah, we did 1 billion streams, and I think there was about $36,000. And you had to split that between 5 people.
You literally should go and get a job if that's the case.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
Cool. I ain't even heard that one.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I definitely wanted to know kind of how you felt about streaming, and obviously it's impacting the music a great degree.
Oh, yeah.
So just to wrap us up, because I appreciate y'all being here, and we all got wonderful things we need to do.
Yes, sir.
What new projects you got coming up in the summer and beyond?
Oh, man, more Javon DeWan and the Trap Stars.
Let's go.
Jazzy Fizzle, new Jazzy Fizzle. Me and Zaytoven working on something.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Zay.
Shout out to Zaytoven. Shout out
the water.
to Dro, T.I., the Harris family. They all of them over there. They've been, we've been in the studio. I've been in the studio with the kids, man. The OMG girls. Yeah, I've been in there.
Family talent.
Yeah. Chris Brown, back in there doing work with Chris CB, Lotto, Glorilla. What else? What else?
Everybody.
Gas Money.
Everybody. Keep going.
A lot of folks, man. It's a lot of them.
All right. So basically you
More
continue
Snoop
to be
Dogg.
legendary, continuing to stay busy, continue
Yeah.
to keep impacting culture at the highest level.
Absolutely.
That's basically what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got a new song out right now called It's Not Over. We 5-time nominated on the Stellars.
Okay.
So we there, you know what I mean, produced by Jazze Faye and Gas and the artist Gas Money. He's a killer. Chanel Allen's on the record. Make sure y'all go listen to the record because we just don't make records, we make reminders. We make them songs as reminders, bro. It's not even a
Reminders.
song no more. It's not over me and the
Reminders.
team and Mr. Kerry Douglas and everybody, man, what we're doing. It's not just gospel. Like Jazze say, we're not
No.
just gospel. We out here just going and talk to the prisons, the church, the clubs. I don't care where it is because God is like oxygen. So I'm proud of you as well because it's a testimony. So go listen to that song, Javon the One Trap Stars right now, man.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
say
I was going to tell. We was talking about R&B, and I was like thinking about a kid that I discovered that really October London.
Oh, another great R&B artist.
October
I forgot about him.
2016. I brought October London to Snoop Dogg.
Let me turn this.
Yeah, 2016. I brought a kid October London to Snoop Dogg from South Bend, Indiana. I was doing a contest on Instagram, and on Instagram, he like one of his people came on and was like, "Hey, Jazze's doing this contest, man. You need to get in it." You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And they said, fast forward, he got to my manager and then he called me and said, "Hey, man, you need to listen to this kid." So I listened to him and I was like, "Hey, you write songs?" He was like, "Man, that he was like a chameleon. He's saying like everybody, but there's one thing that he did when he sang and he had that Marvin tone, that Marvin Gaye tone. I was like, woo! I like this Negro right here. He got something special.
He is special.
You know what I'm saying? And he didn't want, mind you, October will tell you any day that he did not want to sing. He didn't want to be an artist. He just wanted to write. He just wanted to write. Snoop was like, "No, man, he could get on that stage."
Something they didn't know again, which you asked earlier, huh?
Yep, October. Shout out October London.
Well, listen, we appreciate you coming through to check in, to talk about yourself, your incredible legacy, all the things that you are doing. We wish you continued success and
Thank you,
blessings
brother. Thank you,
as you
brother.
go on your
You as
journey,
well.
both of you.
Likewise, brother.
Please tell everybody where to find you on your platforms and all that good stuff.
Everywhere you want to find me, I'm Jazze Faye, JAZZEPHA. Except on TikTok, I am DJ Jazze Faye, DJ JAZZEPHA.
Yo, I'm Javon Dewan, JEVONDEWAND on everything. Social media, TikTok, everywhere. And if you really want to find me, just go where the love is. I'll be there.
I put that on everything.
I like that. Well, make sure you subscribe to Hip Hop United on the iHeart app. Select Hip Hop United. Put us in the presets. We appreciate all the support. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Jazze Faye,
Oh, boy.
Devon,
Yes,
you
sir.
have officially been checked in on Hip Hop United. Oh boy!
That was good.
Fantastic.
Yes, Sirski.